my fellow crash outs reporting for duty. Thank you. Oh, that's a bleach stain. Thank you so much for watching episode 15 of I'm sorry. A lot of you said, okay, Keita, we get it. Mojo Jojo is weird, but what about Shitty? What did Shitty do? So Mojo Jojo does this thing that I now realize is triangulation, but before I just thought he was a bitch, just like gossiping. He does this thing where he tries to pit people against each other, so he'll call you and say, such and such was talking shit. He likes it when women fight. The first woman he wanted me to go up against was Randy. He would call her, tell her I said shit I didn't say. He would call me and tell me she said shit she didn't say. And so we fought and made up because we were like, what the fuck is the problem? Like every time we're cool, I'm hearing you talking shit. And then that's when we realized, oh, okay, well, he's starting shit. Triangulation is a manipulative tactic in psychology where a third person is brought into a conflict between two people. So he would love being the center of the conflict, but there would be no conflict. So he would have to make up a conflict. He tried to do it with K-Love too. We were on stage and we disagreed about something. He went to me and said that like she was totally in the wrong and very aggressive when he watched back the footage. And I'm sure he's told her the same thing. And we had to like almost get into it, but we talked about it like women and realized there wasn't no issue. A lot of y'all keep seeing this woman talk shit about me. It's because when we were in the basement doing the pod, not the live show, he brought her in trying to start shit. He would constantly tell me, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat. So when he saw a woman making content downing other women, calling fat women fluffies and bragging about how she upset the fat bitches, yeah, he loved that. When she got there, Mojo Jogina said, she doesn't like you. She doesn't like bigger women. You're not going to like her. So I'm sure he told her, Keita's not going to like you. So there's already a lot of tension before the episode starts. He likes to start the tension so that the episode will be good. And that just happened to be the most watched episode on the app because me and Randolph had to handle the bitch. Why? Because she thought she was being slick in person. And then the femininity coach, she teaches women how to be feminine, started bucking up and talking like this and saying bitch back. And we was all fighting. And I thought she was feminine, but she acted like a masculine hoe that day. A lot of you guys want me to react to the video where she's talking about us. No, we told her to her face. We thought she was a bitch. So there's no reason to go back and forth on the internet. She knows what I think about her. By the time Kitty had came in, me and Randy had already understood what was going on. He was triangulating. He needed to be the center of conflict. He didn't do the same thing with the men because most men wouldn't be okay with that type of shit you calling and gossiping. So he did it with the women. So when she came in, Kitty said he and his manager were saying things like, the girls are really jealous. Be careful. They're going to be so jealous of you because you speak better. You're so articulate. Things like that. So Mojo Jojo told me that he didn't really like her vibe. She was too stuck up. She was too full of herself. She was smart. She's pretty. She can sing. She's talented. But she wouldn't talk about sex on stage. And this is supposed to be live and uncut. Mojo Jojo would call each of us every day, every week. I don't know the exact times, but it'd be frequent to talk about each other and to stir up some stuff. She said this about you. She said this about you. She said this about you. And we all just... Even though we knew in the back of our minds what he was doing, it still put you in this like survival mode that was like, gotta fight everyone. And it was unnecessary. Now, how she talk on stage and how she talk in person, two different things. This is how she speaks to people.
I'm sitting over here crying over somebody that ain't claiming you. He ain't hitting you up and you boo-hooing. Girl, we outside. The men is outside. We out. Shit, stop crying. Let's go, bitch.
Yeah. I tried to explain to Kitty that they triangulate, that they're going to tell her things to upset her, to get her riled up, to make her not trust anybody. I told her that she's just going to have to stay focused. She understood. She understood all about narcissism. I said, as long as we stay strong, we can just continue the tour, continue the contract, and just do what we got to do. Things started feeling weird. I don't know how to explain it, but I basically didn't want much to do with either. Not because of them, but because of the whole situation. That's what happens when you create a toxic work environment. You don't want to be around the people that you work with. Mojo Jojo started getting tired of Randy. He didn't like that she was business minded and telling all of us things like, "Hey, we should have equity in this. Hey, we kind of started this. What's going on?" Randy was starting let's rant about it, and he was getting very upset. How dare she start another podcast? How dare she go work on her own stuff? She's probably going to steal all my ideas, even though he steals everyone's ideas. Mojo Jojo didn't want Randy there anymore. He didn't like her vibe. Kitty didn't want Randy there anymore, so she decided to just block her. Just completely. She said the Lord told her to end that connection because Randy's spirit wasn't good. Hallelujah! I'm trying to keep everything around 5 minutes. He put her in debt, and me in debt. And so it was a mess. A smorgasbord of shit, if you will. What do you mean? I'll tell you what I mean. Follow my YouTube.